Yeah, Suryakumar has obviously came in and set the world alight. He's a fantastic player and plays some shots where you just sort of scratching your head sometimes. The likes of Rohit and stuff like that. They're world class players. He's one of the best to play the game, especially in this format. So we won't be taking him lightly at all. He's earned the right to never be written off. You don't produce the numbers and produce the innings that he does over all three formats. I think everyone who's in the team and in the squad obviously follows him. There's one thing being a captain who makes a decision, but there's also being the man where you get the whole dressing room to follow you with your decision making and what you do, and that's someone that he's certainly be able to do that. I think the way in which we've managed to get through not playing our best cricket so far, and just sort of managed to take it game by game, and now we find ourselves here. So, yeah, it's exciting.
In terms of you and the big occasion, how do you prepare for these things? You must visualise things, you must feel the enormity of what's coming up. How do you actually prepare yourself for what you're expecting to get into?
No, I'll just sort of keep doing the same stuff. Preparation's all about getting into the game and making sure that you've done everything that you need to do before you go into a game, because once it gets to game time, it's about how you perform out on the field. And then in terms of those big situations, I don't know, just one thing I like to do is just look at the scoreboard, and that can sometimes settle any times that you feel under pressure, and just really try and simplify the game.
Do you feel there's still magic in you? Do you feel that there's going to be huge performances from you and the team?
Well, I hope so, because we've got 2 more games now to hopefully be a part of, and then hopefully lift the trophy at the end. But we know we need to get this game done on Thursday against a very strong India team, which obviously no one will ever take lightly, because we know how good of a team they are and the players that they have in their squad. But we're a team who like to focus more on ourselves and try and think about too much about the opposition.
Are you watching Suryakumar Yadav's batting? Any words on him?
What's that? Oh, you good? Sorry. No, sorry. I don't know where we are with David at the moment. I know that he is sort of being looked at and maintained sort of on a day-by-day basis, so I don't have any information for you on that. And yeah, Suryakumar has obviously came in and set the world alight. He's a fantastic player and plays some shots where you just sort of scratching your head sometimes. But he's in great form. But about Thursday, hopefully we can try and shut him down and not allow him to get on one of his rampages.
All the best.
Gentleman here.
Ben, with the kind of form Team India is in an important semi-final match, you think they will be a tough opponent to beat because they top the table?
Yeah, I think whoever you face in a semi-final of the World Cup is always going to be tough, because both groups were very tough to get through. Finishing top 2 of either group was always going to be a challenge. But Thursdays, this is the crunch time in tournaments. Thursday's all about which team turns up and can perform the best.
Gentleman here with the white hat.
Ben, just wanted to know that this has been a strange tournament, considering the weather. The batsman hasn't been, able to take the attack to the opposition. But now weather is clear, looking probably will be a fresh pitch. Square boundaries are small, so England can play their natural game.
Well, we'll have to wait and see what the wicket does on Thursday, I guess. It's about assessing and adapting to whatever situation you have in front of you. But obviously we come here to Adelaide, which is very different dimension ground to the grounds that we're used to playing on. We've been playing on big square boundaries and looking to try and get the batters to hit to them, whereas obviously here we're probably going to have to look to change our tactics around that.
Gentleman next to you.
Yeah, Ben Kumar here. Rohit Sharma hasn't looked at his absolute best in this tournament so far, but the experts are saying that maybe just the 2 big games left. Is England thinking that way?
Well, you'd never look too much into what the great players of your era have what baggage they're taking in. The likes of Rohit and stuff like that. They're world class players. You can't take anything how they performed in the previous games into these big games, because we've seen him do it many a time. He's one of the best to play the game, especially in this format. So we won't be taking him lightly at all.
Yes, sir, and then Dan.
Ben, how did you take your last innings? Was it an answer to your critics, or just happy that it came before a big game?
Nah, just chilled, knew what I had to do. Assessed pretty early that I was going to try my hardest to be there at the end. The situation itself wasn't that too much of an ask. It was basically just to run a ball from the whole time I went in. But the wicket was sort of just slowing up and getting a little bit worse as the more time on it. So yeah, I just assessed that I'll stay in there and be there at the end.
And obviously there's been a little bit of divergence, I guess, between like the all-format players and the T20 specialists over the last little while. Do you feel like the conditions this World Cup, where there's been a bit in the wickets, brings those all-format guys back into it a little bit as well? Like, you need a wider range of skills to deal with situations?
No, I don't think so. I think when you're representing, your country at international level, you should be able to adapt to any of the situations, really. I don't think playing one format only or playing all three format does have that much of a say in how you go out and perform. So yeah, just about, reading the situation and going from there.
We'll take three on this side, go ahead.
Ben, hi, Sushant here from Sports Diary. Can you talk a little bit about Virat Kohli, because you've spoken about mental well-being in the past, what he's gone through, as a player who's competed with him, what he's gone through in the last 3 years and what he's delivered here in the World Cup. What do you think about Virat's journey in this World Cup and, as an athlete, talking about how much pressure he's been through all these years, and then he was just written off like he's finished, and now he comes back and just smacks everyone. A lot of contention for the man of the tournament still.
Yeah, I think he could have 4 unbelievable years like he had, and then have a not so loud couple of months, and then for some reason players like that will get written off. I've got no idea why. I think he's earned the right to never be written off. You don't produce the numbers and produce the innings that he does over all 3 formats, and it's fine. Like we as players and people who play against him a lot, you never take anything he's done in the game before into the game that he's got here. Yeah. So yeah, I think just lay off a bit maybe.
Everyone expecting an India-Pakistan final. How confident are you that you're going to spoil that party?
That would be great news for you guys, wouldn't it? India-Pakistan final. Look, I don't know. It's we're just here to hopefully win on Thursday.
Any more on this side? Yeah, go ahead.
Do you see spin playing a big role, even though it's an evening game under lights?
I'm pretty sure they'll bowl, yeah. Don't know how big a role they'll play. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll bowl.